to Roots to Fruit, to our headquarters here at Oak Dean Nurseries. And a lot of you probably don't realise, but Roots to Fruit works in close partnership within the grounds of Oak Dean Nurseries to produce plants. And one of the biggest challenges is finding a plant that would benefit the entire community and the environment. And so what we've done is we've come up together with a product that does all of those things and more. And what I'm going to talk about today is microgreens. And we've got an array of microgreens. These are just a small amount of the selection that we grow. I think we've got up to about 25 different varieties of microgreens. And the great thing about these things is we can grow them in our peat-free, environmentally friendly compost that has been produced here on site. They have been grown here at Oak Dean Nurseries. In fact, the furthest they've travelled is about 50 metres from the greenhouse to here. So there's a really low carbon footprint that is on them. We have also worked with Paul Ensel, our master compost blender, to come up with a blend of compost that is available to the vegan or plant dietary market. And that is a compost that has no manure in it and no fertilizers that are associated with animals. So our fertilizer is made from seaweed, and we are still using our great minimum of 3-year-old green waste compost that is suitable for those that are on that plant-based diet. These wonderful microgreens have been grown in that, on this site, working with our learners, our adult learners in this local community. And the great thing is we've come up with a product that is not only environmentally friendly, but is really good for you. It is amazing health benefits, and it's a really fun type of food. So you're going to ask me, what are microgreens? Well, microgreens are not sprouted seeds, and they are not the smaller sort of baby leaf veg that you've probably heard about. Microgreens are in between. They are seedlings that have germinated and have just started to produce their adult leaves. So at the moment you can see here these sort of round leaves, they are the cotyledons. They are not the true leaves. That's energy in those cotyledons is what got the plant to not only germinate, but to produce its roots and to produce its stem and to produce its leaves. And that is where all of the magic is. And we have got that magic, and we have condensed it, and we have put it into a really simple food, which is called microgreens. And as those cotyledons you can see there are just starting to change colour, the new leaves are coming through, they are more than ready to start to harvest and to eat. And we have a variety of them, of the microgreens, from different types of seeds. So we have here Amaranthus Red Army, which is sort of in the same sort of category as your quinoa and your millet. We come over to the brassicas. We've got a mustard type seed, and we've also got radish. We also do kale. We also do cabbage. In fact, most of the vegetables that you grow in your garden, we get them to germinate to create microgreens, and we have turned them into this wonderful product that's here. We also have things like spinach and chard. We have beetroot. We have sugar beet, all with amazing taste, amazing properties, and also amazing colours. Look at the contrast of colours, that purple and that darker red and that green with the pink stems that are there. And we also have some more unusual stuff. We have wheatgrass. So that's normal wheat that you get your flour from for producing bread from. We have turned it into a grass that you can cut and you can eat. We've also got sunflowers. These are big on crunch and texture, and also that flavour that you get from sunflowers. Also, we have a range of herbs that we raise as microgreens that add an absolute punch of flavour and taste. We've got fennel, coriander, basil, all of those wonderful herbs that come through that will give a real punch of flavour to any dish that you put. So that's just a sort of a brief look at the range that we have. So it's not only just colour, taste, it's texture as well, all within this product. And when you are cutting the microgreens, you are getting them as fresh as you could ever get them. And any plant or any vegetable that you take and harvest and eat within an hour has better taste and contains all of the nutrients that were locked up in there, because once you start to cut a plant, that starts to break down, the sugars start to break down, they can lose their flavour. You're getting it really fresh. Why? Because when we supply it to you, it comes within a tray. It's still growing within its soil. These only take between 7 and 14 days to grow, which is another great environmental impact that it's having, because we're not waiting 3 months for your vegetables to be produced. We're not waiting long periods of time for it. This is accessible within a 7 to 21 day time frame, and that's really great for actually feeding the world. So this is quite a revolutionary product that we have here. It's changing the way that we look at food and that we eat food and that we produce food as well. But it's going from soil to plate within seconds, because that will be on your windowsill and you can cut it and have it whenever you like. And the great thing about it as well, some of these are cut and come again. So once you buy it, I've got customers that have had these, they said, John, hold off, I don't need any more microgreens for another week, and they've got 3 weeks out of 1 tray of microgreens. And what we also will do is we can turn them into variety. So you don't just have to buy 1 tray of microgreens. We can grow them, or we are growing them in strips like this. So within 1 tray, 1 A4 size tray, you can get 5 different varieties. In 2 trays, that's 10 different varieties. In 3 trays, that's 15 different varieties. And imagine that amount of variety of fresh fruit and veg. It's hitting all of the targets of what the World Health Organization is saying. It's having that important 5 portions a day. So 5 different cuts a day is going to help give you just your amount of fresh fruit or veg in one hit with these. So you can see here we've got all of these different greens. Your tray's going to come to you. All you've got to do is put it on your windowsill, put it in some light, keep it watered. If it's a warm day like this, you don't even have to have it inside the house. You can have it in the garden, and it's going to keep giving to you for a bit of time as well. Some of them don't, so sunflowers, you cut them down, that's it. But you will know that once you take a bit of those and you put them into any dish, it packs a real punch, it packs a real crunch, and it gives you some amazing health benefits as well. So it's a great all-round product. So what I want to do is show you how you would prepare this product ready so that you can eat it. And the great thing about that is it's just as easy. It's just as amazing and as simple as we've just already seen. It's just seeds that have germinated, that literally from there to the plate, it's dead simple. And the great thing is, it's not just about being enjoyed by adults, it's being enjoyed by children as well. It's a way of getting children to eat their greens, or their purples, or their reds, or their pink and greens. It's about getting them to eat them and get that nutrition, and they don't even know it's happened. That's what's so fantastic about it. And you don't have to be a chef, you don't have to be a culinary expert. Literally the simplest way to have it is raw, in a salad, in a sandwich, on some cream cheese and a cracker, or sprinkle it on some soup. You don't have to cook it. In fact, if you do decide to cook it, you'll get rid of all of that nutrition and goodness. So just a little bit about the nutrition. Here we have some kale, okay, or some of the brassica. So if we were to take that much of ordinary kale that has grown, and then we compare it to another one, that one there has between 9 and 40 times more nutrition than that piece there. We have waited between 7 and 14 days for that one to emerge. We have been waiting for just over a month for that one to emerge. Do the maths in your head. And the nutrition, when I say about nutrition, it's high in vitamins, it's high in antioxidants. It's a great way of building up your immune system. It's a great way of getting slowly into your body those vitamins that we need in a nice, natural, safe way. The antioxidants are going to help. What they've done studies to find out that it helps all sorts of things like preventing certain types of cancer, helping with prevent Alzheimer's, blood conditions, heart problems. All the time they're discovering new stuff about the amazing goodness and nutrition that is within these microgreens. And it's not a great deal, not a great amount that you have to be consuming each day. A little bit added to your food is going to not only help you to take in this nutrition and put it into a daily diet, but it's also going to add colour, variety and texture to any dish that you put it with. So let's go through about how you prepare it. It is literally this simple. All you need to do is get yourself a decent pair of scissors. You'll need some sort of sieve or colander, and what I tend to do is go as close to the leaves as you possibly can. Start to take it. Now the reason why we're cleaning them is because they're still growing in the compost. This amazing compost that we have been producing on this site for over 70 years in the same way as we've always have done, and that people are all talking about. They love this compost. You get to have a little bit of it on your windowsill by buying these microgreens. And we're just taking a few snips of each one. And I have some beetroot there. I like the colour of that, and also the sweetness that is within there. So you'll find that it will actually blend in with other types. So like the beetroot or the sugar beet, you can put with a fruit dish. It doesn't have to go with a salad dish. I also love these sunflowers. And the great thing about it is people have looked and said, oh John, what has the sunflowers got on there? Well, what that's showing you on the leaves here is the husk from the sunflower seed is still on there. I'm going to take that off, we don't need that, but that's showing you how fresh they are, how long ago these emerged from that seed. I'm going to chuck those in. I've got rid of all the husks. Also, I like the idea of this wonderful dark rich colours and contrasts that you can have, that any culinary expert would say, you know what, that's going to add impact to any dish. And again, flavour, so I'm going to put some of that fennel in. Again, I can see some of those husks. Don't be frightened of it. It's showing you just how fresh, how young, how much goodness you are getting out of these microgreens that we have here. I'm going to put some spinach on as well, and again I can see quite a few of cotyledons that are still there. Remember, the cotyledons, not the true leaves, but the seed leaves are there. That's where the magic is. That's the magic, that's the ingredient that gets the seed from roots to shoots to leaves. So I'm getting quite a nice mixture here, and all you've got to remember is that it's all about just washing them. Now you don't have to put detergents or soap in there. The key to this is running water. If you're out in the middle of nowhere and you've got a bottle of fizzy water, even better, because the bubbles will just pull any sort of bacteria or anything that's off there. But literally you take your fresh water and keep tossing it. So ideally for about 10 seconds, keep tossing it, getting all that water through and off. So keep moving it through, and we can see that we have created a real nice blend of these wonderful microgreens that are in there. Look at the colours, look at the textures, look at the shapes. It's going to be absolutely amazing. You're going to really enjoy this. It's so simple. And for a start off, it might be as simple as getting cracker, getting some nice cream cheese, hummus, yep, spreading it on there, and literally just adding it, a big chunk of it, to the top of your cracker, there like that, and you will see the absolute wonderful colours and textures. You can also add it to a sandwich. If you just served up some soup, put it on top of the soup. If you've got wraps, enchiladas, either inside the wrap or on top of the enchiladas, literally there's no dish that you can't add this to. You can add it to Greek yogurt, you can add it to fruit, you can even put it on your Big Mac, and it will make the Big Mac 40 times more nutritious than it already is. So if you want to find out more about this, we're putting together a website with loads of different ingredients. I'm going to show you the idea of some of the bits about how you can add this to salad. I mean, some people just eat these as a pure salad. They'll eat the 2 strips in one go, and it helps if you're on a strict diet. It helps if you're training for something, or you're wanting to work towards bodybuilding. If you wanted to build up your fitness, again, you can add it into that dietary regime, and it's great for people that love plant-based diets. So when you're cutting these, if you cut right the way down to the stems there, take them off, chances are they're not going to come back again. I mean, the stems are great, there's lots of goodness in there, there's lots of colour, it's great. Oh, by all means eat it. But if you can cut it just by leaving a few leaves, so just taking the tops out very carefully. So can you see I've left a few leaves on there? You won't be able to do this with all of them, But some of them, if you just take the top bit out, leave a few leaves that are on there, they've got the potential to sprout back. Remember, this is a living vegetable that is on your windowsill that is continuing to grow. It's like having a miniature garden on your windowsill. And again, some of them you just won't be able to do it. Some of these you can take them off, leave a bit of the leaves on there, put them into your salad or onto your sandwich, and it's, you know, wash it and it's ready to go. But the key with this as well is if you want to hide it in a kid's sandwich and they don't want to see it, these are a great pair of scissors. They're herb scissors, and what they tend to do is they just mash it up really, really small, so it's difficult for them to be seen. Some of the microgreens don't have as strong a taste. I mean, I know I put some fell in there, that's quite a strong taste, some of the herb ones, but some of these you can get it up really small. You can hide that on their burger, you can hide that in a sandwich, or you can mix it in with a nice egg salad. But that there is absolutely packed with loads and loads of goodness, all in a tiny micro package. So that's what we get with microgreens. At the moment you can see a fraction of the varieties that we've grown. We are producing A4 size trays of these. If you are a restaurant, if you are a veg box company, we can talk to supplying you so that you've got a monthly rate to add it to any veg box that you're already doing. If you are the public and you want a tray of this in the area, we're going to start doing deliveries. We're also producing it for you to buy and pick up here from Oak Dean Nursery, so you can see where it's grown and where it's come from. So you can have it in all sorts of different ways, and the great thing about it is that anybody can enjoy these, whether it's children, adults, elderly. It's a great way of adding interest and nutrition to your food in an environmentally sustainable way, and it's a great way of increasing variety within your diet. So I hope that you'll enjoy and try some of our different microgreens that we have, and hopefully become somebody that wants to buy these every week or every month and enjoy the benefits of what we've just been speaking about. I'm one of the company directors at Roots to Midlands Limited. We're a training organisation. We run lots of different qualifications. We're doing our first online qualification. We're going to do it on the theme of garden design, organic gardening. We're going to also throw in some other units about horticulture that you can do from your armchair. You can do this qualification from your armchair and learn about the wonderful craftsmanship of gardening and garden design. So if you've watched this video and you like it, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. It is free of charge and it will keep notifying you every time we put up a new video. Also, we can give you loads more information by doing one of our courses, whether that's accredited doing an off-qual backed qualification in garden design or horticulture under countryside skills, or whether you just want to do it for your own enjoyment, get more information about how to design your garden and learn from me, an award-winning garden designer and horticulturalist. Go to www.rtflearn.co.uk. That's www.rtflearn, that's what you're looking for. That'll take you to a landing page and it'll show you all of our different courses and all of our prospectuses. But make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube videos so that you keep getting those. Thank you for watching.